Good day. Went out a little bit. Okay, I can't do it at an angle. Went out a little bit last night. And headed back home. The club I go to closes in the morning, like 5:30, 6 o'clock. So, and then I had to take a nap on the way back home. So it's daylight out. Shit, I got the roof open, baby. Aha! So while I was at the club, I saw something and it made me like laugh. I was like, holy shit. Actually, first off, I was thinking of something I sent to my nephew, but I won't go too deep into it because, I think it's something special to share with my nephew. But enjoy what you've accomplished, most definitely. Enjoy what you have accomplished, and don't forget to enjoy what you have accomplished. I'll paraphrase, but don't forget to enjoy what you have accomplished. I've said, like recently, or one of the more recent sayings is, if pride is a sin, ambition is a curse. And that is wrong. Really, it's if greed is a sin, because I'm using the wrong sin. I want to say I almost like the pride sin, or I like the sin pride, because it's just so, it manifests itself so easily, so much. It's so obvious, apparent, whatever, in today's society right now. Like, pride is all over the place. So if I've ever said it before, that is the wrong sin to use. If greed is a sin, ambition is a curse. And I've said this before, nobody's corrected me. Fuck y'all. Y'all wrong for that. Respectfully. But if greed is a sin, ambition is a curse. And, the problem with ambition or not being satisfied is that even when you get the thing that you want, you still want more. You still want to do more. Like y'all know my whole thing with cars, especially with buildings now. It's just like, I haven't even finished the garage yet, and I'm already 2 buildings ahead. Like, I already know what the gun range is going to look like, that whole building. It's just where I'm going to place it. And then I already know what the barn dominium is going to look like. It's just where am I going to place it. So, and I'm talking like, this shit's already planned out to 2026, 2027 in terms of property improvements, buildings, and so on and so forth. I haven't even finished the damn pond room, man. And I haven't even really started the garage, because it's not done yet. I need a shit ton fuckload more dirt. So that's going to be crazy. Taxes are finally filed and everything else. But enjoy what you've done. Enjoy what you've built. Actually, October 31st is the anniversary of when I signed and closed on my property. And November 2nd is the anniversary of when I actually moved into that property. So, it's just like, wow, in that period of time, what I've done, been able to accomplish, and also the plans that I have moving forward, what I want to do and get done. It's just holy shit, amen. I don't know how else to say it. No homo, all hetero. While I put on my chapstick, don't judge me. My lips is dry, but that don't mean I'm thirsty. Okay, I'm thirsty. So all right, moving on. Enjoy what you have, and most definitely enjoy what you have. It's hard, I just want more. I am not satisfied with my current position, but I also have to check that in so many ways, because my current position is a fucking amazing. And I'm thankful to those that are around me. Like, I was talking to my former business partner, longtime friend since high school. We played on a football team together. We weren't as close in high school as we are now, for sure. He was the running back. I was the lineman. And, talking with him, and he just purchased a house. I'm just like, man, how does it feel? Like, of course, accomplishing that dream of getting a property with the kids, and they're running, and he's like, oh, stop running around the pool. And I'm like, yeah, come on, act like you've been here before. Act like you know what it is to run around the pool in your backyard. Like, I'm like, that's fucking amazing, dude. That's like I'm so proud of him, dude. I am so incredibly fucking proud of him, dude. I'm talking like, yo, nigga, you did that. Like, his house is nice too. He's out in Texas, and bro, it's nice, and it's a pretty nice area. He's close to a city and everything. So yeah, man. I salute to him, man. Salute to him. It's been a lot of positive stuff happening around me lately. A lot of investments in people, friendships, so on and so forth, that have really paid off in just not even like anything to me except for sharing in their joy, right? Like sharing and saying, yo, man, let's speed this up. Sharing in their joy, man, like, or they're allowing me to share in their joy, and also allowing other people to share in my joy and beauty. It's just a lot of positive things, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it, really. Straight up McDonald's, double larges, all that. So, all right. So moving forward, what I noticed, right? I was at this club, and this goes into the narrative or past videos of female predatory behavior. I'm not gonna lie. When I saw this, I was like, dang, I ain't gonna lie, that's nice. That's nice. Chick, I'm talking tight body. Oh my God. But I wasn't jealous so much of the position, maybe the moment. And I wouldn't even like say jealous as in hating. I wouldn't even say admiration. It was like jealousy and admiration. I don't know the right word. I don't want to say envious because that's a little bit dangerous too, using these words properly. But the best word I can come up with is jealousy, admiration, like, or phrase is, man, I wish I was right there, man. I wish I was doing that. So I'm in the club, chick, tight body. Looked like she probably danced before too, or whatever. And it probably just wasn't her night that she was on. And, she was wearing them like not like a romper, but like a tight bodysuit, a little bit of ass cheek hanging out. Like, she was looking thotty. I love that. Oh, bring that fat box over here. Let me open it for you, baby. Oh, shit, it's bleeding. Wash it off. All right. But, she, bad body. Dude comes in, sweatpants, and, straight Pookie attire. Straight Pookie stance, swag, and, holding up the pants, but he's drooping and all this other shit. And then he had some money on him, a couple dollars, and he put it in front of his face and fanning it, or he talking to somebody else, and then the chick is taking the money. So he's talking to somebody else, right? I'm over here. He's talking to somebody else, hands off the wheel. Oh shit. And she's taking money out of his hand while he's looking at another dude's eyes, like, kind of talking to him or just looking at him. And I'm like, oh, he's stunting, he's flossing. And I'm like looking at it, but I'm not hating, but I'm just looking at it. I'm like just examining and analyzing the situation. This is fucking beautiful. This is, I love this shit. Oh yeah. Views from the 912. But I'm analyzing this shit, right? Just looking at this shit. I'm like, wow, okay. And she's taking money from him. She's dancing on other chicks. Chick got her pussy wide open, spread fucking eagle. She's just rubbing that bitch. I'm like, oh, wash your hands. Oh, get it, baby. Yes, rub that clit for daddy. Let me see what it looked like. And later I can see what it feels like. You know what I mean? Like, all right, cool. I'm just watching this shit. And I'm like, okay, I'm actually, by the way, I'm in between dances. So, like, there's the main area. Then you can go out on the dirty-ass couches, where there's probably all types of, like, material on there. Some of it mine. Sorry, I'm sticking my tongue out so much. But, oh, man, Scorpio season. The freaks come out at night. But, so I'm going back and forth, collecting numbers. There's some chicks from New Jersey. They said they was going to leave. I got both their numbers, but, they was going to leave. So I said, man, fuck it. And then I got another chick. She's over in Brunswick, Georgia. So we'll see what that looks like. See if that can make that happen. Because she's thicker than a Snicker boy. Oh, my God. Thicker than cold grits. Shit. Thicker than oatmeal with no water in that bitch. Recipe calls for a cup, you put half, bitch. That bitch was thick. She was thick. Use an A instead of an I, just because it's a larger fucking a larger character. So I'm coming back and forth and I'm seeing this. At one point, the chick who's with this dude, we'll call him Pookie, who's with the Pookie, and she's with him and she's on top of him, right? Facing him. And then you see the other chick, her head is closer to her chest. I said, oh, this bitch over here sucking titty. So he's sucking on one titty, and then the chick is sucking on the other titty. And I'm like, oh, God. That's why I was like, I'm jealous. I'm /jealous /admiring. For if I was to phrase it, wish I was in that moment. That is amazing. Like, oh, we just sharing titties out here? Like, wow. Just titty welfare out this bitch. You get a titty, you get a titty, you get a titty. Bitch, Oprah in this motherfucker. I was like, all right. I feel you, nigga. I feel you. So, and it's crazy because people talk about like, hey, listen, I'm a real nigga. I don't have to pay for it. Bro, you was spending a lot of money that fucking night. And I wouldn't say like a lot. I mean, it's probably like $100, probably $200 or something like that. In ones that he was throwing out. So I don't think it was like a whole lot of money or nothing. But, I saw it and I was just like, oh, it's like people talk about like, I'm not spending that much money, but it's different when a chick likes you, but don't act like you're not spending money, especially in a situation like that. And I'll get to my point. I'm just trying to lay the table. I wanted to lay that bitch. Lay the dressing on the table and everything like that before I give y'all the meal, so to speak. And one thing that, I just started looking at it, man, and it's like, we know women, especially black women, like a gay dude because the gay dude allows him to do all these different things. They also, and again, going back to female predatory behavior, they also like a Pookie because a Pookie, and this is we're laying the food out, okay? Get your knife and forks, calm down, act like you've been here before, show proper etiquette. Don't eat until everybody's served, okay? But a Pookie allows them to do all this shit themselves as well. The Pookie allows them to live, kind of have their cake and eat it too. And I believe if you're having cake, you should be able to eat it. Like, you're not gonna give me ice cream and I'm not gonna eat it. Get the fuck out of here. Stop playing. But I was just like, and I just started laughing. Like, I'm talking like I'm laughing. I got a chick in front of me. She's dancing, shaking her ass and shit. And I'm laughing. I'm like, whoa, oh, shit. And I just thought about it. I was just like, this is another, we've talked about it before, but this is another facet, another angle to, or another thing to add to female predatory behavior is that they get with these dudes because these dudes, this is another example of it because this is what we've talked about before. But they get with these dudes because these dudes allow them and also are hype men. They support them in doing some rebel ass fuck shit. Like, these women get with these dudes because these dudes, they can have somebody to go home to, as well as they can have somebody that they can go home to, as well as being able to do all the fuck shit. Like, while they on their period, they got a man, like they get somebody they can cuddle up with. But while they off their period, they can go hoe and slut it out and do all types of wild shit, sell pussy or what have you. Like, they can do all this shit because now they have it, I guess the best of both worlds is a way of saying it. And it just hit me. I was like, holy shit. Like, this is female predatory behavior. Like, he thinks, and another reason why female predatory behavior looks good. I mean, we can go to an example like a Danica Marie. Ed has said this because I don't really watch her stuff. I do watch her stuff from time to time, like more so than I ever have lately. And when I say more so, I'm talking like maybe 2 videos a quarter or something like that. Maybe like 3 videos a quarter, something like that. It just depends on the topic. But I'm playing that at 2x. I'm not watching the whole thing or, what have you. Sometimes I do watch the whole video. It depends. I'm not watching a whole live stream. I'm definitely watching her shit that's no longer than 30 minutes. And I'm saying that because I don't really know her and know what she does. Not as I watch her, but not that much. But I really don't know her and I don't know what she really does, right? So one thing that got me, or one thing that Ed talks about is Danica Marie would talk about, hey, listen, leading from a place of like the passenger seat or the back seat, right? Where, hey, listen, you may not be the head, but you're the neck that helps the head move, so to speak. Knowing your place as a woman, blah, 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 right? And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, like I feel that. I understand that because I could see that. Where these chicks, you know, they allow, these dudes think that they're in control, that, hey, I'm fronting money, I'm doing all this stuff, so of course you gotta fuck with a real nigga like me and all this other shit. They think that's the case. But in actuality, sir, and again, I am projecting on this brother because I don't fucking know, but I can assume. They think that this guy, how did they leave that? Yeah, they left this car like across 3 parking spots in this AutoZone parking lot. What the fuck? And I remember, I think it was last night when I was leaving. No, it was actually earlier on in the night. They were working on that shit, and they just fucking left that thing there. That shit'll get towed. And that shit got no, like, one wheel is missing, like one whole tire, like one whole rim, everything. Like, it's just down to the rotors, and they just got that bitch propped up. Fucking inconsiderate, what the fuck? At least maneuver that bitch in a parking spot and leave it like that. But anyways, so these men think that they're in control or some semblance of control. Like, you know, oh, listen, I could just leave the bitch. Listen, yeah, you can leave the bitch. You can exercise your exercise your choice, you know, but you're like your right and your freedom of choice there. But at the same time, bro, you're not really in control here. She gets to do what she wants while you fucking fund it. Like, you're funding this shit. Like, okay, train going out of town. You're funding this shit, man. You're supporting this. You're allowing her to actually have this behavior. It benefits you in the short term, but in the long term, that tight body, nice figured bitch, like as soon as you tighten up, like she's not, or tighten up on the finances, tighten up on how you act and treat her and what you expect from her. Like, as soon as you start doing that, she's out, skedaddle, fuck that. You know, like, hopefully you got what you wanted out of that, but to be very honest, man, you ain't gonna get much else out of that. So you start to see where these chicks, they get with dudes that will allow them to do fuck shit, you know? Like, they get with dudes that say, hey, listen, you know, I'll let you do this, this, and this, whether, you know, consciously or verbally or not, but they, oh yeah, you want to go to a strip club and suck on another bitch or get your titty sucked on by another bitch with me and all this other shit? You ain't got to do it alone, baby. I'll support you. In fact, I'll fund it. You want some drinks while you at it? You know, I want to make sure that you got your Lunchables and all this other shit. Let me get you a little 6-piece wings and some, you want some ketchup? Oh, 6-piece wings and some fries. I got you, baby. No problem. Go ahead and rub that bitch's clit and I'll get the drinks. You know, like, again, I mean, these chicks aren't no long-term thing, and, you know, the dudes aren't no long-term thing, but we have to understand these chicks come from somewhere. These chicks come from, you know, relationships like this, and then they look at other dudes and start saying, well, you know, hey, why won't you support me? Why won't you be there for me? Why won't you do this, X, Y, and Z? And you're like, and you don't know this, you don't see this, you don't see their fucking past, where they're blowing the fucking, they're blowing that doja, you know what I mean? You know, they're blowing that fucking, that sticky icky, ooh wee, in the club and shit, getting their titties sucked on, and I keep mentioning that because it's very arousing. I liked it. I'm not gonna lie. It's just fucking look great. Wish I was there, you know, like, wish I was on the other titty. Like, imagine me right next to a nigga, move up, move your head. Oh, wow. I love this year. What is this? Born in 1990? Oh, wow. You know, born in the early 2000s? Ooh, I love this. This is fresh titty. This is a fresh titty. Nigga, you getting some of this fresh titty? It's a little bit spicy. She's got an attitude. I need to wash my hands. Still smell like strippers. I ain't have no fucking soap. But you start to see the female predatory behavior and how it just, like, you know, how insidious it can be, right? Whether she knows it or not, or she's conscious of it or not, or he's conscious of it. Like, you start to see how these people do this shit. These women do this shit knowing full or half well that they can do anything they want with this dude, and he's not going to come back in any way, shape, form, or fashion or push back on her, because guess what? he's enjoying the titty too. It was titty. It was actually Sunday, so it was titty Sundays. So it was titty Sundays, and she was serving them up, and I'm like, holy shit! As much as I would like to be in this position, I'm okay. Like I wouldn't really just like maybe for that night, for that moment, like let me just. And I've sucked like non-stripper titty in a strip club. That was like a couple of months ago now, in that same damn club. I don't know what that chick was doing. She was sauced. It was super sauced. Oh, hold on. Yeah, so she was super sauced that night, and she let it happen. Shit, I was with it. Titty was kind of fucked up and mutilated though. She had some. There's another chick tonight, man. Like chicks be doing some wild shit. Like you got like $100, and I'm like $100, and I'm thinking like you trying to dictate how much I'm gonna give you. So I started acting weird with this chick, and I just ended up getting up, and then she ended up blaming the bouncer for why I left. But I really left because that bitch was acting weird, and her stomach was fucked up because she had a damn BBL, and her stomach looked like that bitch has been. It looked bruised, and then like almost like a little swirl. Like look, you ever see like not Neapolitan ice cream, but you ever seen ice cream with like caramel swirls and shit like that? If you ever see a chick post BBL, you can tell because their stomach is unnaturally flat, and then the skin above it looks fucking weird. So a lot of this BBL shit looks great in clothes, but when you take those clothes off, the ass looks not bruised, but the skin is a little bit different. It's like it's a little bit darker in some cases. I mean, and then sometimes the ass will feel fucked up depending on how much they did. But there's a lot of problems with BBL work. There's a lot of fucking problems. And these chicks, all they see, or all like most people see them in clothes and find them desirable. But man, when they take them clothes off, it is a different fucking story. Trust me. If you ever seen a chick with a fucking BBL, man, like, or like, you ever seen a chick that has a BBL or like any type of like fix a flat, whether it be good or bad, like, a good or bad surgery, that shit is, oh my God, that bitch's whole stomach. And she was on some other shit too. Before she even took her clothes off, she was talking about, like, I was getting some money. She saw me getting money, and then she was like, oh, but blah, blah, blah. You gonna dance me? Like, trying to get money on me. I was like, all right, cool. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I'm waiting on you. I'm just joking with her and shit. And then she was like, oh, you gonna buy me a Patron and something? I was like, listen, man, you can get whatever you want as long as you're paying for it. And then walked away from her ass. And then she came later and got it, and that's another thing. I was thinking about how these chicks come up to you and say a dance. It really, you start to see, it's in service to the bitch. Like, female-centric masculinity that I've talked about in the past versus male-centric masculinity. But female-centric masculinity is in service to the bitch. So with this chick, what she would say is, or what chicks usually say is, can you dance me? And I'm like, and think of that word choice. Instead of saying, hey, can I give you a dance? Or can I dance for you? That's in service to you. But when she says, can you dance me? That's as if I'm dancing for her. But really, I am paying her to dance for me. But she is dictating or directing it as if I'm going to do what she says. So it's honestly, if I was to translate it and make it kind of make sense in terms of like proper English, I'm gonna need you to trick, or can you trick me, or no, can you dance me? It's like saying, I'm gonna need you to, I want you to trick on me. Like they're telling me for me to trick on her. And like, like you just think about it. I'm like, what the fuck, can you dance me? I never like understood I understand what it means, the intentions of the term, but I never liked how it was said. It was like, can you dance me? Like, what do you mean, can you dance me? Like, what do you mean? No, I can't dance for you. No homo, all hetero. I'm not shaking my ass for you. I mean, I've done it to get out of arguments so I can get some pussy. But I only trick for the ones that love me. Or I only twerk for the ones that love me. But it was a lot of things that like I thought about tonight in the club, and I guess it makes content, but I mean, it's not really worth that much. It's just something else to talk about. But yeah, I thought about that, and I was just like, that was weird choice of words. Anyways, this chick is weird, and she was like, you know how, and I have to say this because it was like bothering me, right? She was like, yeah, you got like $100, and I knew what she was saying, but I acted confused, right? Because like I'm like, oh no, you're not. It's not happening. Like whatever I got here, bitch, you might get all of it or some of it, but I'm gonna dictate what you get. And other than that, you tell me what the price is to dance here, and then if I agree to that, cool. If not, then be gone. But she was like, yo, you got like $100? Because I'm gonna turn up. And I'm like, okay, I mean, you can turn up without me having $100. It's like if you were a slot machine or, an arcade game, do I have to have $100 coin to start playing? Like, what do you mean? Because I'm gonna turn up. I'm like, I'm looking at stuff like, man, if you don't get your BBL ass, busted broke loser ass. BBL, busted broke loser ass. Busted broke lame ass. I could talk shit, but she got my money, so joke's on me, I guess. Busted broke lame ass. Yo, put it in the comment section. What does BBL mean? What does BBL? Busted broke lame ass, busted broke loser ass. Like, what does BBL mean? That's funny. Oh man. But she's saying all this shit, and she's talking, and and then she's like, well, you at least got like $40? Because I'm gonna turn out, like, when I get going. And I'm like, okay. So, bro, and I'm telling you, like, when we talk about chicks out here thirsty, going through it, so on and so forth, it shows up in so many different ways, where they, of course, in some cases they can hide it or not or whatever, but it shows up in so many different ways. And one of the ways it shows up, especially when you're in the club, is that these chicks start to, like, they get really aggressive, or some of them are like that because it's like a business. Hey, come on, hurry up, give me my money. And I never liked that. It's just like, listen, man, act like you love me, bitch. I'm paying you for it. Even if it's $5, act like you love me. Act like this number that you're giving me is not a Google Voice number. Come on, do me right. But she did that, and then what did she did? She did. I was like, after a while, she was like, yeah, and then the security guard came, and this was kind of my out, because I was like, all right, how can I get away from this? Because what I do, call me scary, call me a coward. I try to get out of situations that I can just walk away from, and there's not going to be any animosity, because these bitches will go crazy, start doing shit, and in their mind, keying your car is justified for not fucking with them anymore. Like, just keep that in mind when you're dealing with some of these chicks. Especially if you're in a relationship with some of these chicks and they go crazy for whatever reason, you don't do what they say, then they fucking like, oh, I stabbed him, but it was a spur of the moment. Like, he was acting, he verbally abused me. This is like, all he said is no. And the dude's just like, all I said is I ain't got $10 and she stabbed me. Look, mama. And then she's over there like, boy, shut up. It's just a flesh wound. That shit done, got your kidney poked by a blade. Just, So I try to find ways. But the security guy comes over, and he always be messing around with me. We be talking anime and some other shit. We always be fucking around and shit. And he says, and I was going to be like, yo, listen, man, I almost wanted to, like, walk away real quick and say, hey, man, come in 10 minutes and pull me away from this bitch, because I don't want to be with her anymore. And then sometimes I'll just flat out be like, hey, listen, I'm okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I not let him down easy, but I just be really nice and say no. I'd be like, chick would be like, hey, can you dance me? I was like, no, thank you, but I appreciate it. And then just go back to, like, working on my phone or looking the other way. And then the chick would be like, what the fuck? And then walk away. And then one time, a couple times I've seen this, what they do to lessen the embarrassment, so to speak, is that they'll stay there for a while and then walk away. So it's not like you immediately, like, say, oh no, bitch, I'm good. It's just like, No, bitch, I'm good. And then they sit there like, oh, okay, yeah. And then slowly just like fade into black or into another dude's lap. So I'm thinking to myself, like, all right, how can I get out of this situation? And she had said something. She had said something, and she was like, I think she said something, right? And that triggered me, and I was like, I don't give a fuck. I'm getting up. So what she did is this bitch try to like keep me down. I was like, oh no, listen, let me just go to the bathroom. And she tried to like keep me down and in place, like, yo, no, nigga, sit here. Like, but it was weird the way she was doing it. I'm like, bitch, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, I'm not fucking dancing with you if I don't fucking want to. I don't see dancing with you, no. See, in service to her. I'm not gonna get a dance from you if I don't want to. So I was just like, yo, I got up, and then I got into a position where I could just really get up because the couches were kind of deep. It's not like you were just sitting on a chair and you could really get up easily. So I got up, and then she was like, she kind of got knocked over. Cause I'm like, bitch, I'm like 300 something pounds. Like I could I could face mask. So bitch, it's like, get you off of me. And then she kind of fell over. She's like, oh, whoa, what the hell? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah. Let me I'll be back. I'm just go wash my hands. So I go and wash my hands, and I'm talking to the security guard. I see the security guy. I was like, man, that bitch weird as fuck. I was like, yo, that bitch is annoying. He's like, oh shit, are you serious? And then he sees me after I wash my hands, and he's like, yeah, she blaming me because you got up and left. And I was just like, good. I'm gonna keep it that way. I'm gonna keep having her blame your ass. He's like, man, that's fucked up. I was like, man, it is what it is. Fuck it. So then I walk back, and then I look over to the left, and I just smile at her, and I was like, I looked over to her, but I looked at this other chick that lives closer. I looked at this other chick instead, and then she had said something. I think I know she was talking shit about me, but kind of like on the man, fuck him, blah blah blah. And I'm like, man, fuck you. Oh, bro, busted, loser, lame ass. And I get a couple dances and go from there. Anyways, I'm rambling. Let me go. Pretty much that's what I was just talking about. Oh shit, that's cool. By the way, these things are just cloth, which is really cool. So even in the S, it's the same way. So it's like a cloth, a cloth that's like, kind of dark, but you can still see the power lines and stuff, trees and stuff around. But it'll block the sun to a certain extent. But it's easy. It's nicer than, these windows. So what they do, so that goes back, right, all the way, and it just rolls up like a garage door or whatever, right? So keeps it tight, rolls up. That goes all the way back. The window, the actual sunroof, that is a solid piece, so it can only go so far. So it only stops that far. That's how that works. I thought this was pretty cool, man. So, but yeah, it only goes back so far because there's only so much you can go back in terms of the back area right there to where it can actually be held. I thought that was like pretty fucking cool. Like, and you can go that way too. In terms of like that gets rolled up. I don't know why that comes up automatically. I guess that's cool. So it makes it look like it's just like a regular sunroof. But yeah, this doesn't go, the glass doesn't go all the way back. And then in the S class, what it does, it doesn't go all the way back because in mine, I have two sunroofs, moonroofs, whatever. And it has the same cloth over both of them. The other one is fixed, the one that's in the back. And then the one that's in the front is the one that can move like a regular sunroof, whatever. And that, for it to go fully back, it can't go back to the other, it can't go back too far because it's fixed. So it goes on top of the car, which is pretty cool. I thought that was like, oh wow, that's really nice. Like in terms of just like a looking at it, I just never thought about it. You just never be in it. And looking at the top of an S-Class, like, oh, look at that. It doesn't go all the way back, Jim. Wow. Bob's your uncle. All right. Talk to you later. Peace.